Hi and welcome back everybody. We are going to start with a new poem today, and the poem is called If by Rudyard Kipling. As we all can look at our screens, I hope you're enjoying these sessions that are coming to you every day, and we hope that you learn a lot from them. And yeah, we'll continue to keep these sessions for you guys. The only important thing is that you learn. Learning is the most important process. Okay, so in today's video lecture, we're gonna learn this beautiful poem called If by Rudyard Kipling. What do we understand when I say the word if? If we translate it into Hindi, it gets converted into agar. Agar ऐसा होता तो शायद ये होता. You know, a lot of times in our lives also, we also feel, we also think, we also contemplate, we also introspect. If I would have passed the examination, if I would have done this, if I would have listened to my parents, if this, if that. But it never happens, and then we keep on regretting all of those things all our lives. So in this poem also we'll see what are those ifs by Rudyard Kipling, what he wants us to learn from the ifs that he has gathered in the poem. Okay, even before understanding what the poem is about, we're going to first of all read the poem together, line by line, and see how it works. Okay, so the poet, he says, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. Then in the next stanza, the writer says, or the poet says, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none do much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you will be a man, my son. And which is more, you will be a man, my son. And which is more, you will be a man, my son. So, what a lovely poem, right? Okay, let's try to understand this poem now, stanza by stanza. Let's see what the poet wants us to understand, what he wants to advise. Alright, so let's begin the first stanza. It says, we'll read the first stanza again and then we'll try understanding it line by line. It says, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. So, in the first stanza, in the very first line, the poet wants us to understand, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. What happens in our lives also, a lot of times, we think that we are right. We have not done anything wrong. Then why people around us are blaming us all the time? And what do when we feel that everybody around us is blaming us for something that we have never done, for something that we don't even know? Yeah, when we see that everybody is doing that, what do? We become sad. We don't want to talk to anybody. We close our doors. We cry. But the writer here, Rudyard Kipling here, the poet here, wants us to understand, when something like this happens in our lives, when people around us are blaming us all the time, we need to sit silent, but we need to keep our head high. By using the word keep your head, he means to say keep your head high. Don't be sad. Don't cry. If you've not done anything wrong, if you know, if your heart knows that you have not done anything wrong, so don't cry. Keep your head high always. Be happy in life. Be proud of yourself. This pride that is there inside your heart, it should never go away. If you know that you are right, you have not done anything wrong. So in the first line, the writer wants us to understand, when something like this happens, when people around us are blaming us all the time, they're scolding us, they're saying a number of things to us for something, or for anything that we have not committed, that we have not done, we should not be sad. We should not cry. Rather, what should we be doing? We should be keeping our heads high. Okay? Then the poet says, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you. Next line, in the next line, the poet wants us to understand, when all the people around you are doubting you, they're saying, no, whatever you've told us is wrong, it's a lie. When people start telling you this, instead of again being sad, you should trust yourself. Why? Because you know you have not lied. So when you know you have not lied, when you trust your instincts, when you trust your true nature, what is the poet wanting us to do? That we should be trusting ourselves. We should not be listening to people who doubt us. This confidence within ourselves is the most important thing. And that is something which can help you in keeping your head high all the time. Yeah? In the next line he says, but make allowance for their doubting too. Now what happens? Even at our homes, you know you have not done anything wrong, but your mother suddenly comes and she says, no, see, you are wrong, okay? Then your father also comes and he says, no, you are wrong, but you still feel, no, I've not done anything wrong. But then your brother also comes, he will of course say that you are wrong, because brothers and sisters, they always say that, they're always like that, I understand that. But if your mother is also saying the same thing, your father is also saying the same thing, they won't be saying all of these things deliberately. Yeah, without, they won't be saying this with bad intention. So the writer here wants us to understand, when something like this happens, when everybody around us starts telling us that you are wrong, you are wrong, you are wrong, then maybe we should look inside. Maybe we should introspect what's inside us. Yeah, when you do that, you understand maybe you are wrong. You have not done this wrong, but maybe this little wrong. Okay, so the writer, he says, when all men doubt you, trust yourself, but make allowance, make a little space for their doubting too. If your parents, if your friends, everybody is saying that you are wrong, then maybe you should listen a little bit. Maybe you've done something wrong and try improving on it. Yeah? Then he says, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting. Now, what is that? If you can wait and not be tired by waiting? I'll give you an example. For example, you fail in the examination. Okay? And then you give that exam again. Next year, you again fail. But I'm not saying that you are failing and you're not working hard and still you are failing. I'm not saying that. Let's say if you are working hard and you fail this year, you work hard next year also, you again fail. You work hard in the third year also, you again fail. So the writer here again, Rudyard Kipling here again wants us to understand that we should not be sad. If we can wait and not be tired by waiting. Okay, so we should wait. It's okay if I failed this year. It's okay if I fail next year. It's okay if I will be failing in the near future also. But you should wait and keep working hard. You should never lose the spirit of working hard. You should never lose the spirit of waiting. A lot of great people who become great, they become great because they wait. So you wait for the best of the things. Best of the things in our lives, they come with waiting. So waiting is very important in life. You should wait. Wait always with patience, with good patience, good spirit. Yeah? Okay. In the next line, the poet says, are being lied about, don't deal in lies. Now, what does it mean? In our classes, we have a lot of friends and a lot of other people also who don't talk to us. Other classmates also, they don't talk to us. And one thing that they like doing against us is they'll lie about you. That this person has done this, or this person has said something like this about you. So the poet here wants us to understand, when something like that happens, when people are lying about you, when they're telling lies about you, when they're putting their finger on your character, you should not involve yourself in lies. You should not keep this spirit, oh, he has lied about me, now I will also do the same thing. I will also go back and lie about him. So the poet here wants us to understand that instead of doing this, what should we be doing? We should be just sitting calmly. Let people do what the bad things that they are doing about us. Because by doing that, what are they doing? They're making their own karma. And we don't want to make that sort of karma for us. Yeah? Then in the next line, the poet says, or being hated, don't give way to hating. So when other people are hating you, don't give way to hating. Don't start hating other set of people who are hating you in turn. Don't do that. Just sit calmly, just relax. You don't need to hate. You don't need to make your karma. You need to be a good person. You should not involve in lies. You should not involve yourself in hating. You should not involve yourself in any of these bad things, because we are not made for such things. And then the poet says, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise, despite possessing such qualities. What are the qualities that the poet gives us? That we wait, we don't indulge in lies, we don't indulge in hating. Despite all of these qualities, We should not act like we are too smart, like we have conquered the world, because I am somebody who is abiding by all what the poet is saying, who is doing all the good things in life. I am the biggest good person on this earth. When you realize that, don't act too smart. Don't go to everybody and tell them, see, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this. No, we don't need to do that. We should, when you start doing good things in life, you become more silent, you're more relaxed, you are more calm, and it comes with realization that it's something that goes inside. It is something that you will feel when you do that. And how can you do that? By doing the good things, but still not telling anybody about it. Don't come back to your home and tell your mother, see, I've done this good thing. Don't come back and tell it to your parents, your siblings, your friends. Don't tell it to anybody. Just keep it in your heart. It should be your secret, just between you and your heart. When you keep it like that, you are the smartest person. But here the poet does not want us to become smart in front of the world. He does not want us to, be gaga about our good things in front of other people. He doesn't want us to do that. He wants us to sit calmly, relax, and be a good person in life. Yeah, a lot of people will try to demotivate you. A lot of people will try to impose their ideas on you. But what poet here wants us to understand? Just be silent, just be calm, just don't say anything to them. So don't overact like those people are overacting in front of you. Don't overact. Just sit silent, just be calm. Yeah? Okay, now let's look at the next stanza. Now here the poet says, if you can dream and not make dreams your master. Now this is something that we all do. What do? We make dreams our master. We sit silently and we keep on daydreaming. I'll become this, I'll become a doctor, I'll become a lawyer, I'll become a professor, I will earn this much amount of money. We all do that. We all keep on daydreaming. But the poet here questions us. What do you do in order to make your dreams a reality? Do you do anything in life in order to make your dreams a reality? Do we do any such thing? So the poet here wants us to understand it's okay to dream. Dreams are good. We should always dream. But we should not let those dreams become our master. Okay? How do you make your dreams your master? When you're just dreaming and not doing anything in order, let's say you want to become a doctor in life, or maybe you become a professor. You might want to become any XYZ, maybe an actor, maybe a singer, maybe a dancer. You maybe want to become anything in life. Yeah, but what do? You play all day and night, you watch TV, you watch YouTube, you just keep on wasting your time in things that will give you nothing in return. So in that manner, what are you doing? You're making your dreams your master. So it's important to make your dreams your master. If you're not converting them into reality, they will overpower you. They will suppress you. So the poet here wants us to understand that it's good to dream, but just don't dream. Do something. Make those dreams your reality. If you want to become any XYZ thing, read, learn, take out your books and keep on studying. That's the best way to achieve your dreams. Yeah? So, in the next line the poet says, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim. You can think, if you have the power to think, if you have the capacity to think. But, if you can, let's say, I have seen a lot of students, they will open the phone, they'll repair the phone. They know how to repair these laptops, they know how to repair these computers. They're so smart, things that you cannot even think of doing. I really cannot do that. I'm very bad at handling technical stuff. But I've seen students who are just this small, just 10 years old, 12 years old, 15 years old, so good with technical stuff. So the poet here wants us to understand, just don't think. If you have the capacity to think, if you have the capacity to achieve anything in life, Do something in order to make your thoughts, your aim, your priority, your purpose in life. If you're thinking that you want to become a lawyer, just don't let those thoughts be. Study something in relation to law. Watch lawyers, how they speak. Improve your speaking skills if you want to become a lawyer. So the poet here wants us to understand, just don't dream, just don't think, do something in order to make those things a reality for yourself. And it's not something that you can gain in just 2 days, 3 days, or 1 year or 2 years. No. If you want to involve yourself in academics, or if you want to do something in the field of academics, if you want to become a lawyer, doctor, professor, something like this, then you ought to read a lot. Reading becomes very important. This is what we are trying to do here. Yeah. Then the poet says, if you can meet with triumph and disaster. What is triumph? Anything that you win, anything that comes to you with a lot of happiness. And disaster, anything that comes to you with a lot of sadness in life. So the poet here, he says, when good things come to you, then you should be not too happy. Okay, you should not be too happy about things. You should maintain like a stoic balance, like there should be a stability in life. It's okay if good things are coming to me, it's okay, I'll still be alright. If bad things are coming to me, then also I'll be okay. I'll not go gaga over good things, or I will not cry a lot over bad things. I'm not gonna do that. So the poet here wants us to understand, when something like this happens, if good things are coming to us, then also we should be stable, we should be happy, we should be okay. If bad things are also coming to us, then also you should be okay. If you become a topper in your class, then also it's okay. If you fail, then also it's okay. Then it's okay in the context, you work hard and you pass again. So like that. But you should not cry, or you should not be too happy with things. That stability, balance in life is very important. So, and treat those two imposters. Imposter means the two opposite things. What are the two opposite things here? Triumph and disaster. So these are the two opposite things. So we should be doing what? We should be balancing them in our lives. Not be too happy, not be too sad. Yeah? Okay, in the next set of lines, the poet says, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools. Now, what does it mean? A lot of times, in your school only, at your class, you must have felt this. You might have not said anything bad about your friend or any other person, but then there are certain set of people who say all the negative things to your friend, and then they tell your friend, see, he told me this secret of yours, he told me that you are bad. It might happen. It happens with everybody. So the poet here wants to understand, if something like this happens, knaves means bad people. If something like this happens, when they do what? When they take your truth and they mold it according to their fashion, according to their way. So when they mold your truth according to their way, you should not be sad, because it's something that you have not done. So when there is something that you have not done, why should you be sad? So bear it. Be brave to bear it, because you are not at fault. If your friend trusted those people, then it's the fault of your friend, not yours, because he is your friend and he should listen to you and not to other people who are against you. Right? So what should we have? What should we be doing at that point in time if something like that happens? We should be able to bear the truth. Okay. Then in the next line he says, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. So a lot of times in life it happens, maybe you are in your class and you are a topper in your first semester, then you are a topper in your second semester, then in third semester also, fourth semester also, fifth semester also, and in sixth semester suddenly you fail. So what does the poet says? He says when something like that happens, when some bad situation like that happens, instead of being sad, or instead of thinking that my life is over, I was a topper for 5 semesters and suddenly I failed. So instead of keeping that attitude, what should we be doing? We should be just relaxing and going back to our hard work. Start working hard again. Okay, one by one. You take all your spoons, you rack them like that, and you start working hard again. So this is what the poet wants us to do. Okay, instead of being sad, instead of thinking that I've failed now, I was a topper once and now suddenly failed. Instead of doing all of that, what should we be doing? We should be just going back, start studying again, start your studies again, and become what you want to. You want to become a topper? Start studying again instead of being sad. Okay? Then the poet says, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one ton of pitch and toss. Again, the same thing. You were a topper, you have your first certificate, then second certificate, then third certificate, then fourth certificate, and then your fifth certificate says that you have failed. So the poet says if something like that happens, what should we should be doing? And lose and start again at your beginnings. We should start again. We should start again. We should try making those certificates again instead of being sad or instead of crying. It's okay to fail, and it's really good if you fail. And it's important for us to fail in life once at least. We should all fail. Failing is a good thing. The feeling that you get after failing is something that helps you achieve a lot of things in life. Just don't go deliberately and fail, okay? If I've said something like this. Now, I'm just saying, I'm supposing, okay? If something like that happens in your life, if you fail in life, it's okay, okay? Just don't come back and start crying, okay? Just don't start screaming, I failed. I've got 99 marks out of 100. Where is my 1 mark? You should never have that attitude, because marks are something that are not going to fetch you anything in life. It's all the good things that you do, it's all the good things that keep you up, that keep your spirits high. And we should always be like that. Yeah. And never breathe a word about your loss. So the poet, he says, something like that happens. If you lose, you should never breathe a word about your loss. Imagine you failed in your 6th semester, and then you come back and you cry for 10 days, and then you again cry for 30 days. So you should never breathe a word about your loss. You should be happy. You should be living your life just the way you were living when you were a topper. Now what do? You just start studying more. That's it. Yeah? If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone. Now in this set of lines, the poet here wants us to understand when we turn old, when our hands are no more working, when our legs are no more working, when our eyes are no more working, what does he want to do? Let's see. In the next set of lines he says this. And so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. At that point in time, you have only one thing. That is your will. Your will that remains with you all day and night. Your will that tells you that you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. That spirit, that confidence, that trust that you have built up all those years, only that is going to live with you. Only that can help you come out through bad phases of your life. So it doesn't matter you fail, it doesn't matter you turn old, it doesn't matter your hands stop working. It just does not matter. Nothing of that matters in life. When you are positive, when you have a good will, when you have the positive spirit inside your heart, when you have all of it, Nothing matters. It does not matter what happens. Okay, whatever bad thing comes, nothing matters. We can handle it if we have good spirit, if we have good confidence, if we have a will to cope up with bad things. Yeah. Okay, next set of lines the poet says, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, it means no, suddenly let's take an example here. Suddenly you become an actor tomorrow. Okay, you become as famous as Deepika Padukone or Ranveer Singh. So poet here wants to say, if something like that happens, we should not forget our friends, we should not forget our family, we should not forget those people who've done so much for us, which is why we are here, which is why we've become as famous as Deepika Padukone or Ranveer Singh. When something like that happens, we should not stop talking to people who have done so much for us. Yeah, instead we should appreciate them, instead we should thank them for giving us that position, for helping us to reach that position, for helping us to reach that title. Yeah. Then the poet says, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. If you start working with Prime Minister Modi tomorrow, if you start sitting with Prime Minister Modi tomorrow, imagine you become a big minister of India. So you still don't lose the common touch, you still don't forget your family, you still don't forget your parents, you still don't forget your siblings. Yeah, instead you appreciate them, instead you acknowledge their work for you that has helped you to be what you've become today. Next line the poet says, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you. Who are foes? Your enemies. If nobody on this earth can hurt you, doesn't matter who is saying whatever set of things to you, doesn't matter. If your enemies are coming to you and they're saying, hurling abuses at you, or if they're saying any bad things to you, you're not hurt. Even if your loving friends, even if your best friends, they say any bad things to you, then also you are not hurt. So the poet says that you should not be hurt at any situation. Let people say what they want to. If all men count with you, but none too much. So here again a very important line. What do? We give a lot of undue importance to some people in our lives. So instead of doing that, we should just be stable. If he's my friend, it's okay. If he's not my friend, it's okay. If he's my brother, it's okay. Instead of giving undue importance in life to other people, we should be stable. Stability is the key to success. Not too much love, not too much enmity, not too much sadness, not too much happiness. Everything should be like balanced, stoic, stable in life. Then in the next line the poet says, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run. If you can utilize every minute of your life, if you're just watching television all the time, if you're just listening to songs, if you're just playing games or video games, or surfing your phone or internet all day and night, if you're just doing that, what are you doing? You're not doing anything in life. You're just wasting your time, you're just wasting your money, you're just wasting your parents' energy and money, you're wasting everything. But here the poet says that what you should be doing, you should be filling every minute of your life. When you fill each and every minute of your life, every minute, every hour, okay, when you fill it with love, fill it with your energies, with your positive energies, fill it with the things that you want to do, fill it with whatever you want to become in your life. If you want to become a lawyer, then you should be reading, you should be improving your speaking skills. If you're doing those things each and every minute, what will happen? Yours is the earth and everything that's in it. This earth will become yours. You'll have everything on this earth. That doesn't mean that you're going to exploit this earth. No. Now here the poet, he wants us to understand everything, every positive thing, every positive energy that's there on this earth. You will get all of it. And which is more, you will be a man, my son. And what will happen? That will help you become a man, a true man. By man, he doesn't mean a male, no. Even a female can be a man. So all of us are men of this world. So if you keep that attitude, when you utilize every single minute of your life, you become a true man. A man that God wants us to become. A man with good qualities, a man with good life, a man with good characteristics, a man with positive spirit. Yeah? Alright, so I will wind up the class here. And as I keep on saying that you guys can contact me for any queries personally also. If you faced any problem in understanding any line, if you want to ask me, if you have any queries, you can call me on the number that was just given above when we started the lecture. I will be there with you. Right, you can ask me, you can call me on that number. It's 8865028865. And yes, I will be waiting for your videos. Yeah, we'll be working on it together. Alright, so I'll wind up the class here. Take care all.